Hey guys, Bridgie here. In this video we're going to recreate this dashboard from scratch using Figma. Now this is part of a UI kit that I found on UI8 called Square, and feel free to check it out. But without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lay the foundation for this dashboard, and we're going to select the frame tool, and we're going to select the desktop since it's going to be 1440 pixels, which is a really good desktop base to start with. So whenever I start with a dashboard design, what I like to do first of all is to lay down the structure from a high level. So in this case, we're actually going to use the rectangle tool in order to create the top header. And I'm going to duplicate this one more time, and I'm going to add here the side menu as well as some rectangles for the theme and the project section. So we're probably going to have them around these lines, and I'm going to duplicate this using the Shift plus the Option key, and so we're going to bring this down, and this is going to allow us to have a bird's eye perspective on the project. So the very next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to change the background color in order to make it stand out a little bit more, and it's going to be this color right here, so just a hint towards the blue tones, and we are going to make all of these other elements completely white. As you can see, there is a little bit of a difference in the color. It's not huge, but we're going to make it even more visible by adding a line on the very top, and then also some outlines for the other elements. I'm going to go with a stroke which is going to have this blue color right here. I want to keep things very light, but enough for you to see the actual line and to make that visual separation between the elements. Alright, so the very next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add the logo, which I'm going to extract directly from the original Square UI kit, and we're just going to pretend that the client sent us the logo, or that we worked on the logo design previously before starting this dashboard. So we are going to go ahead and add the find text on the very right, which is going to be right here, and we're going to use Poppins for this dashboard, which is a free Google web font. It behaves extremely well in UI context, and it also allows us to basically have a high quality font for free, since you can get them directly from Google's website. So that's that. The very next element that we're gonna do is we're going to add a search icon, which we're going to do right here, and we now want to actually go ahead and create the button. So let's do this. Select a blue color. I'm going to bring it behind, and instead of find, this one is going to say new. I'm going to round up the colors just a little bit. Now at this point, I'm going to add this icon. Let's bring this one a little bit over here. You can make this an auto layout by using Shift plus A, and the same is true also for these ones. Shift plus A in order to create the auto layout. Let's bring this one a bit more on the left, and I'm going to add an icon of a bell. This is going to be for the notifications. And my favorite places to find icons is actually Nucleo icons or Noun project if I need more illustrative icons. So keep those in mind. And I'm going to add also a profile picture of the user right here. Perfect. So we have our base for the header, and we're going to select all of it and group it together, rename it to header, and we have this one sorted out. Now at this point I'm going to select this text, head up over here, duplicate it, and I'm going to write themes, and I'm also going to add a chevron. Oops, actually I didn't, I just noticed that the chevron that I was trying to copy didn't went through. Okay, so this is working now. Just going to copy this for next. And here we go. Maybe let's keep it at 12. I think it's fair enough. And I'm going to add the icon right here. All right, perfect. So we added the icon of the theme. We added the text. Probably we can just make this one medium. And I'm also going to grab a few of the profiles that we have in the original design. These are really simple. These are simply ellipses with text applied to it, so not a big deal. These ones are of course images, and my favorite place to find these type of images, it's either using the Unsplash plugin, which is this guy right here, this one here, or alternatively going on freepik.com. So any one of those should work. Right, that theme. Cool. So the very next element that we're gonna integrate is going to be the side menu, and I'm simply going to go ahead in the original and grab just the icons, since these are nice SVGs that we can leverage, of course. And next to these icons, we're going to add the text. And I'm using Command D in order to copy this text in an easy and fast way. All right, dashboard, messages, project, schedule, activity, and settings. Right, it's also use the chevron here, since we're going to assume that there is some more options that you can expand with the schedule. And we're also going to add a small rectangle, just so that the selection point is going to be clear. I'm going to select this and make it like that. Just a nice nice design touch to it. And we're also going to add a tag. Duplicate this. Let's bring this one to the top. and this one's going to be a notification of how many message. Actually, let's use this one. Probably we can make it a little bit smaller. I want to round up these. Alright, so this is looking good so far. Probably going to just make this one smaller. Going to copy and paste this. And I'm going to duplicate the text as well. And let's make this just a tiny bit smaller. We're using Roboto for this other typography, which is a nice font to pair up with Poppins, since it's going to basically allow you to have this visual variety between using Poppins and Roboto, but still keeping a nice harmony in between fonts. If you're looking for fonts pairing options, my recommendation would be to go on Google and search for Google font pairing. There's like tons of resources that can really help you speed up the process of finding the right font combination for your next project. So that's that, and now at this point what we're gonna do is we're going to simply turn these into outlines, and to make it like that, round it up, and let's make it way lighter. Right, going to duplicate this, bring it here. I'm going to add the theme, or actually let's make it in this other font. And at this point what we're gonna do is we're going to simply add the icon and the name of the studio in this case. So we're going to make it a little bit smaller. And again, let's watch out for the typography as we resize this element. And let's add the different basic profiles. And again, super simple. These are just ellipses with text, so even though we're not recreating them from scratch, these are extremely easy to adjust, so you can easily follow along. Let's also add an icon of the three dots, since we're going to assume that by clicking on them you're going to see some more options related to this specific theme. We're going to copy this and duplicate it, and as you can see, if we duplicate it one more time, the proportions aren't there yet, so we're simply going to select all of these, K for the scale tool, and we're going to scale it down. In this case, we're actually going to have another icon, which is going to be this one here. And let's just detach the instance. Right, let's make this one bigger. And we are in a good place so far. All right. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're going to add the dots to this option. So super easy. make this dash, increase the gap, let's make it lighter overall. Going to duplicate this text, bring it here, add a plus, make it bigger. Let's make this one light, let's turn it into blue. Alright, and one nice touch that you can do in this case is simply using the outline stroke, and yeah, that will do. Alright, now we have this list of action that we need to basically copy. Now this is super easy to do. The way that you can create it is simply using a rectangle tool. You want to round up this just a little bit, and then add the different text individually. Now one thing that you might want to check out is how they have this list of action in a different color than the options below, and this is something very subtle, but it really differentiates junior designers from seniors in the fact that the list of action is a heading, and these are actions below. So what you want to do is always give the heading more visual emphasis from the start, and then essentially give the other options a little bit less of visual emphasis, so that you can create that hierarchy in no time. And then also the X icon, of course, is for closing this list of actions. So we're not going to redesign it from scratch, since it's a very easy element to add. And I also just noticed that we need to add the dots as well, which are going to be here. But keep these things in mind, and especially the attention to details, which is one of the fundamental elements whenever you're looking to design user interfaces. Let's round this up just a bit. And we have, actually this drop shadow is not up to standards. Let's make something around these lines, since it's going to be way easier. Alright, at this point what we need is just the project section. So let's go ahead, we're going to duplicate this, since we already have a base, why not using it? And we are going to delete this, make this one bigger. I'm going to copy the text from the original one. Oops. Alright, duplicate this as well. And I'm going to use the same style as this one here. So I'm going to use Option Command C and Option Command V in order to copy it, and make it just a little bit smaller. I'm going to write icon space theme. Cool. At this point, what we need is two tags, which we're going to add right here. And these are very simple, just rectangle, two icons with different colors. So again, won't spend too much time on it, since these should be easily covered. And now let's create the progress bar. So I'm going to use the rectangle tool, bring this one right here, and I'm going to make it green, or probably a little bit more towards this shade. And I'm going to make this one smaller. Let's change the gray color to something around these lines. All right, at this point, let's just grab one of these tags. I'm going to write here, it's probably like 80%. So that'll do. Maybe just a little bit smaller. And we have the base going for this element. Probably going to just make this a little bit smaller in height. This one as well. And here we go. Let's duplicate this just a few times. And we can actually go all the way, or actually let's just, oops, let's close it earlier. Cool. I'm going to select all of this, cancel it, add here, going to make this add project. Let's make this a little bit smaller. All right, I'm gonna copy and paste this style as well. And we are definitely in a good position. So we can just change this up a little bit. Just to mix up the design. So we have it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you want to learn more about Figma or design in general, on my channel I'm sharing my decade of experience in this field, so feel free to check it out. I have also a newsletter. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the other good social media. And yeah, hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.